Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Prince Andrew, and Steve Bannon's names have just been released in the latest release of documents related to the Epstein Files. How do you feel about this? Absolutely shocking. No one could have seen this coming. Hard to believe that a bunch of nasty old pedos would be involved in a high-dollar sex trafficking operation. Still waiting on that one name that truly matters. Shocked the two guys who poured endless money into Trump's campaign would be implicated. It's one big club and you ain't in it. George Carlin. I notice Kevin Spacey and, now, Peter Thiel have been implicated. Were they abusing little boys too? Was Epstein Island a one-stop shop for depravity, blackmail? It's called Pedo Island, not straight Pedo Island. To be fair to Thiel, he was mostly involved because he drinks the blood of children. Not to stay young or anything. He just really enjoys it. Yeah, no, I would not be one bit surprised if some of these pedo creeps drank some child's blood. Not one bit. After all that heeing and hawing about the Democrats having a secret sex trafficking blood-drinking cabal in a pizza parlor basement or whatever. Not one bit surprised. They probably did. And Papa John was a far-right conservative. Check their basements. Musk, Bannon and Thiel named in new Epstein estate documents. The House Oversight Committee is continuing to release redacted materials in its ongoing Jeffrey Epstein investigation. https://www.politico.com/news/2025/09/26/musk-bannon-thiel-epstein-documents-0058267. New files turned over to congressional investigators from the estate of Jeffrey Epstein suggest the convicted sex offender, in the last years of his life, had ties with President Donald Trump's former advisor Elon Musk. The documents, which were delivered to the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee and published Friday by the panel's Democrats, come in response to the committee probe into the Epstein case. In what appears to be a copy of Epstein's itinerary, Musk had a tentative trip to Epstein's Island on Deck 6, 2014. A note appended to that plan reads, "Is this still happening?" At the time, Epstein owned a private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Another schedule notes a planned lunch with tech billionaire Peter Thiel on November 27, 2017, and a breakfast with conservative political strategist Steve Bannon on Feb. 16, 2019, just months before Epstein was charged with sex trafficking of minors. Bannon was Trump's chief strategist, and Thiel is a prominent Republican megadonor. These new files are notable in that they suggest all three powerful men had a relationship with Epstein after his controversial plea deal that forced him to register as a sex offender. Many people have argued that the non-prosecution agreement, which was signed in 2007, allowed Epstein to continue to prey on young women and girls for years before his subsequent 2019 arrest. It should be clear to every American that Jeffrey Epstein was friends with some of the most powerful and wealthiest men in the world, said Sarah Guerrero, a spokesperson for Oversight Democrats, in a statement. Every new document produced provides new information as we work to bring justice for the survivors and victims. Musk, Bannon and a press contact for Thiel's foundation did not immediately return a request for comment. A GOP spokesperson for the oversight panel blasted the Democrats' decision to release information unilaterally. It's unfortunate that Democrats continue to meaninglessly cherry-pick documents and politicize this investigation, the spokesperson said. They are intentionally withholding documents that contain names of Democrat officials, and the information they released today is old news. However, the person speaking on behalf of the GOP majority declined to name those Democratic officials, saying Republicans would wait to release the files in full once victims' names were redacted. Musk's mention is also significant because he had previously broken with President Donald Trump in pushing for the release of further information in the Epstein case. In the midst of his fallout with Trump earlier this year, Musk had accused the administration of failing to release the materials in the Epstein case because the files mentioned Trump. In a separate post on X, Musk also questioned, how can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files? Also, according to the newly released files, Microsoft founder Bill Gates had a tentative breakfast party in 2014 with Epstein. A ledger for Epstein, which Oversight Democrats published Friday, lists massages for Prince Andrew, while what appears to be a record of a flight in 2000 details a trip with Epstein, his company conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew and others from Teterboro, New Jersey, to West Palm Beach, Florida. Epstein's relationships with Gates and Prince Andrew have been extensively scrutinized. The materials turned over by the Epstein estate include phone message logs, which had already been produced in earlier litigation, flight logs and flight manifests from 1990 to 2019, and ledgers detailing Epstein's and businesses' cash transactions and schedules from 2010 to 2019. All told, the oversight panel received 8,544 documents, according to committee Democrats. It's unfortunate that Democrats continue to meaninglessly cherry-pick documents and politicize this investigation, the spokesperson said. They are intentionally withholding documents that contain names of Democrat officials, and the information they released today is old news. So, release the files, like the Dems have been pushing for. Go on. These people crumple like a lawn chair when their obvious bullshit obfuscation is called out for being so stupid. So essentially nothing, no evidence of a crime, just more evidence Epstein knew a lot of rich and powerful people. It's frustrating because we all want to see some real justice and so far they haven't delivered. I don't think there will be any real justice beyond outing of people. If there was anything legally actionable, I imagine the Justice Department would have gone after someone by now, even if it was a politically convenient target. I have a feeling circumstantial associations will be the most we get. No evidence of a crime right now, but I would say that it's notable that Musk, Bannon, Gates, and Prince Andrew all met with Epstein after his conviction. Even if they didn't do anything, it's indicative of their character that him being a child rapist wasn't a deal breaker. Remember when Musk called a British diver a pedo? Felt oddly specific, not a word that would jump to mind for me to say. Typical self-loathing conservatives. Projection, once again. You want to know how I know you're a pedo? Because I am one too and I can tell. It's hilarious. Elon's big fallout with Trump came to a crescendo when Elon proclaimed that Trump was in the Epstein Files. Everyone joked that Elon knew because he saw him there. Well, about that, lol. To be fair, all this is saying is he was invited, which Musk himself confirmed a few years back, and that he declined. Now if there is more information that shows he actually attended, then that's something much more. You're right. Completely. Still funny to see his name pop up though. Bannon's and Thiel's too. It's like every villain we have heard of in the last 10 years made the list in one form or another. The mandatory deny and blame it on the corrupt Democrats and claiming that so many Democrats are on the list without evidence or names should be incoming any minute. I'm sure there are Democrats on there as well. Release the files and we'll sort out who all needs to go to jail. I'm sure there are Democrats on the list also, but they keep claiming that the list is seemingly all Democrats yet never produce any names or evidence. The documents released have nothing to do with the list you speak of. Bannon had breakfast with Epstein. Thiel had lunch with Epstein. Musk may or may not have gone to the island based on the documents. Prince Andrew shared a flight from NJ to West Palm. And Epstein had some meals with his lawyer and a breakfast with Bill Gates. That's about all that got released. Yeah, super rich people hang out with a pedo sex trafficker for unrelated reasons all the time. Every single Epstein document will be used as a dumb gotcha against people the poster doesn't like. And they'll never, ever consider that the docs probably mean nothing anyhow. Who's still being protected? Republicans are refusing to sign the discharge petition to release the files. All Democrats signed off, but only 4 Republicans signed off. The Republican Party is literally protecting wealthy men who rape children. Krasnov. Elon Musk confirmed going to Epstein's rape island after Epstein's 2008 conviction, meaning everyone knew he trafficked kids on his island. No wonder he spent $250 million and committed election fraud to get Trump elected. Musk is a child rapist. Prince Andrew we already knew about. Elon spent $250 million on Trump winning, and he told Tucker Carlson that he would go to jail if Trump did not win. We are literally being ruled by billionaire pedophiles. Bannon, Eve. Yeah, I felt bad for those kids before, but this is just unpleasant. Start the trial. Let's get to the discovery phase. What trial? That's not how criminal trials work. The state has the evidence and the defense refutes it, can bring their own. And there 1000% going to be protective orders around everything. The thought of these troglodytes having sex with anyone makes me want to puke, let alone being pedophiles. To be fair, they didn't have sex with the kids. They raped them, 2 very different acts. I hate when people use sex or fuck when discussing this. It's rape. Under 18 can't consent, period. It's always who you most suspect. Peter Thiel makes complete sense. That's the real reason the files are being guarded. That's why we are being distracted away from it. Peter Thiel, the wizard behind the curtain. This must be why Elon said he would go to jail if Kamala would have won. And here I was thinking it was some white-collar crime bullshit. Release all Epstein files. Republicans are working hard to protect wealthy men who rape children. Take all of these sick fucks down no matter who they are. Exclamation mark. Deport that pedo motherfucker. Elon and Thiel need to have some hard scrutiny over where their money came from. Pedos of a feather flock together. Elon Musk's father was also recently accused of ing all of his stepchildren. It's been a wild week. Hide your kids, hide your wife, 'cause they're rapping everybody out there. I mean, the father did marry and impregnate his stepdaughter, who he had been parenting since she was 4 years old. That one wasn't too much of a surprise. I am a bit surprised about Elon though. I knew he was a grifter, but I didn't think he had thrown in with Epstein. Completely and utterly unsurprised. The fact Thiel is on there makes me think that it wasn't just little girls. Oh, I'm sure it wasn't just girls. Child essay is about ultimate power to destroy a child's soul. It really is not about being attracted to children. It's about being attracted to doing harm to others. Listen, 0 of these people would be billionaires if they were decent people. No good and caring human being wants to amass that much wealth at the expense of other humans and the ability for the planet to sustain life. Nope, they want to inflict damage to lives. It gets them off. They do not care about other humans at all. Look at their relationships with their children. It's awful. I feel horrible for the kids who got trapped on the island and had their souls impacted by these awful people.